Hello everybody, how are you all doing? Welcome back to Man City Unplugged, your very own Man City fan channel. The charity match is just about to start. The squad selection for me is interesting. The interesting part in it is Kyle Walker playing at centre back. Now people could say it's just a friendly charity match and all, but I think that could actually be significant, especially with the way Pep has set us up from the start of the season. From the start of the season, he has wanted both of his fullbacks to cut inside. And is Kyle Walker's greatest strength in cutting inside? Is Kyle Walker the best when he's playing in the midfield, when he wants to link up play? I don't think so. I don't think that is his best position. Cancelo's best thing is doing that, getting into the midfield, linking up plays, more technical, playing one twos and all those kind of a stuff. So it suits Cancelo more, and I'll be very excited to see what Sergio Gomez does on the left wing actually, because Sergio on the left back position, because it's a style, fullbacks cutting inside. It's a style that suits Sergio Gomez as well, because Sergio Gomez has always been a midfielder. So it's actually very interesting looking at what how this team will play, what Pep really means when he's actually playing Kyle Walker there. So let me just set up the stream. Give me a moment actually. Vinay is here. Hey Vinay, how are you doing? He says, interesting Gomez and Lewis. Yes, I'm very excited when I actually to watch both Gomez and Lewis play. But the Skywalker position is actually the one that is really fascinating me, because I will not be surprised if against Crystal Palace at the weekend, Kyle Walker plays in that position. Just imagine Ake is injured, John Stones looks shaky against pacey forwards and dealing with Almiron. He couldn't deal with Callum Wilson, who's relatively pacey. So against Crystal Palace, you're effectively dealing with Edward, dealing with Zaha in particular, Eze making those runs from midfield. The pattern is similar between what we faced at Newcastle and what we will face against Crystal Palace. So Pep, he is looking to test out a few things. It will be very critical to see how Walker plays here. Vinay says, let's see how Phillips controls the midfield. Is passing, tackling. Yes, Vinay, Phillips is another excellent point you have made, because, Rodri, I think in the last stream, it's you who has made the point about Rodri not being as successful when he doesn't have Bernardo Silva beside him. So I think Pep might also be looking at a DM who could play by himself, like what Fernandinho did in that Centurion season, and when Dino was at his absolute best. So maybe Pep might play Calvin Phillips against Crystal Palace or some other teams like that, where he thinks the team will park the bus and the team will hit you on the break. So I need two camps, and I also need a defensive midfielder who can be on his own. Maybe Phillips can be useful in that. Walker is the captain. Sergio Busquets is the captain of Barcelona. It's interesting. Jules Koundé is starting for them. Frankie De Jong is starting. So, this entire transfer window was just dominated by De Jong's transfer saga, and United didn't get him. That just seems hilarious. And also, guys, by the way, today Deloitte released its, the highest revenue generating clubs in the world for the year 2022, for the previous season. Uh, for the previous financial year, and guess who is at the top of that list? Manchester City is at the top of that list in the world. We generate the highest revenue. I think last year we were third or fourth in that list, and right now we are at the absolute top of that list. So it's crazy how much people say that we always use owner injected funds and all of that thing, and I'll be very excited to see what the financial results will be for the for the next financial year, because this time we have a positive net spend as well. So I think we'll go power to power and we'll dominate those rankings for quite a bit at least. And the game has started. It's It's seeming interesting. It's City who has started to kick off, and Barcelona are right now passing it at the back. The role of Cole Palmer is also interesting for me. He is almost, picking up those Kevin De Bruyne sort of a position. So Alvarez will have a very, very important time. We are already pressing high. We are pressing very high. It's offside, and that's a challenge by Rico Lewis. He's just gone in heavily in a friendly. The referee is telling him it's a friendly. Calm down. Barca are calmly playing out from the back. It's going to be a contrast of styles as well. Two teams who love to play in the same way. Xavi against Pep, the tactics and everything. Kyle Walker slotting in at right centre back position. That's a good pass out from the back from Stefan Ortega. It's very good. Rico Lewis there showing his dribbling skills, at least trying to show his dribbling skills. He had gone past one or two people over there. People say Rico Lewis is he has Trent-like abilities in terms of attacking, but I only pray that he doesn't have Trent-like abilities in terms of defending because Trent, as the years go by, we are seeing that he's becoming more and more atrocious in terms of defending. Barcelona passing it out at the back slowly. That's excellent covering. That's wonderful covering in the middle of the pitch. Barcelona winning the ball back high. JSK says, "Yo, where are you watching the match?" I'm actually watching the match on City plus JSK. That was a good save by Stefan Ortega. City are trying to play out from the back. I think Kyle Walker is not looking that comfortable under the press of Barcelona. So that is something which we need to look upon because I don't think Pep is just playing Walker there because it's a charity match. He could have played Luca MBT there or someone else. That's very well played out, and I thought he should have passed it. He should have passed it through the middle. But anyway, we build. Phil Foden with the ball, Phil Foden still carrying on, Phil Foden goes, that's a good cross from Phil Foden, Cole Palmer on the ball, Phil Foden, that decision making from Foden was criticized, okay, it was offside, but that was excellent there from Phil Foden, he didn't lose the ball, he played in the cross well, very good from Foden. That was excellent stop from Stefan Ortega in the previous sequence. But now City are pressing high. Julian Alvarez almost done it. Wow, what a intensity in pressing there, Julian Alvarez. Wow, he's almost got Ter Stegen on the ropes. I miss this kind of a pressing, in our Premier League games. But Barcelona are out. It's an end-to-end match, which is Frank Kessie. I think it's for Barcelona, and he hits the outside of the post. It's been end to end, but how the hell are we just getting opened up so easily down our right hand side? Sorry, down our left hand side, down their right hand side. JSK is who's starting for Barca. That's a good question. I don't remember the entire squad name, so let me check. I know a few players who are starting, but let me just check. That's great, Phil Foden. I think he won't. Oh, he's reached it in time. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. He's done very well to keep the ball in. It was almost like Gareth Bale, ball going out and he put it in. So let me just check the squad. So some Pena is the goalkeeper for Barcelona. Jordi Alba, PK, Jules Koundé, Sergi Roberto, and then De Jong, Busquets, Kessie, and Ferran Torres, Aubameyang, and Rafinha. So they are going very very strong. Actually, they've gone very strong. Kyle Walker against Ferran Torres, but that was a good tackle from Calvin Phillips from behind. The rate at which this match has started is superb. That was a good run from Rafinha, I think, down that side, but well done by young Rico Lewis. Handling by Shepan Ortega has been exceptional as always. So the pace of Rico Lewis has been outstanding till now. There have been almost two attacks from Barca's side down that end, and Rico Lewis has done well. Sergio Gomez has actually been excellent in the build-up. City are always building up from our left-hand side, so Sergio Gomez has been very good. Barca pressing high, so for me, I'll keep an eye on Kyle Walker and Sergio Gomez because I genuinely think that both of them have a chance of starting against Crystal Palace. I'm sorry, Kyle Walker will start, but Kyle Walker starting at centre back and Sergio Gomez at left back. There's genuine possibility there. Ferran Torres coming down our right hand side. That's an excellent one to Rico. That's wonderful defending. That's excellent defending. That's wonderful defending from Kyle Walker. He's so much aware of the situation. And the defensive stability looks much better with Walker in there, but there will be a problem if Walker plays at centre back. The problem is passing out from the back. But again, Pep can bring those three midfielders inside and stuff like that, and he can compensate for that, I think so. Because lack of pace is surely our Achilles heel at the back. Diaz doesn't have pace. Ake is injured. John Stones look shaky. So Walker might not be that bad of a move, especially at this stage of his career. Moving him into centre back position. Stefan Ortega looking to pass out from the back. Lexi's passing range. He's not panicked at all. The Barca's press. I think that's a throw in for City. No, it's a throw in for Barca actually, and Barca build out from the back. Look at the two highlights. It's almost that both of the teams are just playing either side of the center circle, and there's huge gaps behind. That's not a foul, ref. That's not a foul. Oh my God! I sometimes, we are so used to the fast pace of the Premier League that we are not used to the Spanish referees. They even with a little bit of contact, they just give foul. That's what makes sometimes what most of the times that's what makes watching La Liga so boring. The referees sometimes don't allow the game to flow over there, unlike in the Premier League. Barca are looking to draw us into the game and then hit us with the ball over the top or something like that. Diaz, go for the second ball. Diaz, hold him up. Diaz has done well over there. Julian Alvarez, his energy has been infectious. It's been superb. See, look at the shape. The shape is almost 4-1-4-1. So that is interesting. Wonderful Rico Lewis. Excellent. Rico Lewis was one on one with Ferran Torres and he's done exceptionally well. Did not dive in, put in the tackle well. Wonderful Rico. Wonderful. Showed Ferran on the outside, then got to him. Wonderful. Fantastic. Everything he's done it by the textbook over there. Bernardo Silva. taking the throw. But there was a hilarious joke before the match that Bernardo Silva has not been named in Barcelona starting lineup. It took me a second to actually understand what the joke was actually. It was so hilarious. That's just taking the piss out of Barcelona. And if you see the match day poster which has been put out by City, it has just Bernardo Silva's picture on it. Bernardo Silva in three poses, and then Barcelona versus Man City. So we have taken the piss out of Barca very well. It's a throw in, I think. Yes, it's a throw in for City. Attacking wise, I must say Barca have had the clear cut chances. I won't say clear cut, but they have had clear sight at goal, clear shots at goal. That is wonderful, wonderful from Bernardo Silva. His persistence, his determination, wonderful over there. Two defenders were there on him, but he didn't let go of the ball. City with the throw in. Oh, that was a blind pass down an alley that was as dark as you can ever imagine. But again, well done. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? I think it was Phil Foden passing it straight into Cole Palmer. Phil. It would be great to actually see Phil Foden, go one on one with the keeper and just his confidence now. How is his confidence? Because we need Phil Foden to. I know we need him to pass, but we also need to get him back to his shooting boots. Now Barcelona are almost on a counter attack. Cole Palmer sprinting back. The energy from both Alvarez and Palmer has been infectious. Rico Lewis again, 1v1 there. Wonderful defending again, but in this instance, Rico Lewis was beaten. He will learn that defensive things. He was beaten by Ferran Torres, but he will learn it. But good awareness by Kyle Walker over there. The best thing about that was Walker was anticipating the cutback and he was there calmly, just kicking the ball away. That was a wonderful thing. Barcelona have been able to play through us relatively easily, but we have defended well. We have stayed compact. We have stuck to the basics. Interesting, we are playing almost a 4-1-3-2 system now. Now Bernardo Silva has also joined Julian Alvarez in the forward line. Interesting to see. It's almost like a tactical game going on over there. It's a free kick for Barcelona. But the only worrying thing right now is we haven't had much of a joy in Barca's attacking third. That worries me maybe a little bit. But we'll work our way into the game. We'll work our way into the game. There's no hurry in that. It's called Palmer who's pressing now. So it's Alvarez and Palmer who are pressing now in a 4-4-2 shape. The positioning of Rico Lewis has been excellent. Okay, defensively it was done by Ferran Torres, but that's a foul, ref. That's a goal kick. Well done, ref. Rico Lewis has been put under pressure four times right now, and he's done well on three occasions. It's just on one occasion that he was beaten by Ferran Torres. So I don't know what Xavi would be feeling like competing with Pep Guardiola. I think it's the first time that's a horrendous decision playing out from the back there. Kyle Walker kicking it against the Barca player. So that was just horrendous. Interesting that Rico Lewis is getting inverted into the midfield when we are playing out from the back. Sergio Gomez is split, but Rico Lewis is on the inside, and Kyle Walker is on the outside of him. That is interesting. Diaz and Walker are split, and Rico Lewis is almost in the space between them. That is an interesting tactical observation, I would say. Well done by Bernardo Silva. Very well done by Cole Palmer and Phil Ford and Phil. Oh, it was Sergio Gomez. I think Sergio Gomez just couldn't make a good pass. It's There's some confusion over there, but I think it's Barcelona's throw. I think there was some offside or something over there, so it was a goal kick for Barcelona. It's Sergio Gomez defending now. He's offside. Yes, that's offside. That was a clear offside. Very well played offside trap. Sergio Gomez is looking settled, it almost seems that Zinchenko never left. I know it's just one game and it's just a charity game, but you can see the attributes actually. And the line which Sergio Gomez is holding is also excellent actually. There's Ruben Diaz who couldn't hold the line just a bit, but Sergio Gomez is. And you could see easily that the pace of Sergio Gomez is much more than Zinchenko. I'm not comparing Gomez to Zinchenko here. Zinchenko had been a great servant for the club, but it's exciting time seeing Sergio Gomez play like that. Wonderful switch, excellent switch down the right hand side. I don't think I mentioned Riyad Mahrez even once in this game. Riyad Mahrez is just slowly and calmly maintaining the width down the right hand side. Calvin Phillips on the ball. What a ball that is. And I think Riyad Mahrez is in and he's offside. Riyad, you were looking down the line there. You cannot be offside in that sort of a situation, Riyad. How was he even offside over there? I don't know. But it's just Calvin Phillips holding the midfield by himself. That is for sure. And I don't think Rodri will play all of the games this season. There will be rotation. And also, being a World Cup year, it is almost impossible to think that Rodri will play all games. But interesting that Pep can now have two different kinds of DMs. One DM who can start when you want to play in a two with the box to box midfielder like a Bernardo Silva or Gundogan beside you. And against teams that park the bus even more, you could just play one DM in Calvin Phillips. So it could just it could not be just about giving rest and fatigue and all. Pep could actually choose the special games in which he wants to start. Uh, Calvin Phillips and Rodri, but Barca are now running. They're running at Sergio Gomez. Rafinha versus Sergio Gomez. This will be an exciting duel. Wonderful, very well done, Sergio. Excellent, Sergio. Very well done. Wonderful, wonderful defending. First glimpse of Sergio Gomez. He's had Rafinha one to one with him and he's defended him with ease. I could straight away see more defensive steel in Sergio Gomez actually. When Vincent Kompany talks highly about you, it's something else. Riyad Mahrez with the ball, Pep City slowly building down that side now. We have preferred the left hand side for the first 15 minutes sort of in the game, but now that was almost a fantastic through ball. Almost Julian Alvarez was almost there on his bike. The referee is just blowing for each dingly thing, each small thing. Ref, just allow the game to flow on. This tells you how great of a sports product, how great of a spectacle in the English Premier League is. And this season, the referees have been given instructions that unless the foul is too much of a higher degree, do not blow. Allow the game to flow. Strict instructions. So that will make the English game even better. Julian Alvarez running at the Barcelona defense. Julian Alvarez with two people. Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez. Three people surrounded him and he couldn't go by himself there. But again, he was in them positions. Phil Foden now. Oh, and that's a goal. I think, is it a goal? But was he offside? Julian Alvarez scores, I think, here. I don't think that's an offside flag. I don't think it's an offside flag. Let's see. Let's see. City players are celebrating. But for me, I just thought maybe there was a hint of an offside over there. But, but just see what Julian Alvarez has done there. Let them show the replay what happened. That was a fantastic ball from Sergio Gomez. Who else? And the keeper drops and Julian Alvarez is there. Yes, the keeper doesn't catch it. It was a silly mistake, and Julian Alvarez is there. Now you can say it's an easy tap and goal, but the hardest thing about that was running there and getting in that position in the anticipation of that ball to come. That was the hardest thing, and Julian Alvarez had done that. That is wonderful. And Julian Alvarez, by making that one, had put the keeper under pressure as well. So, and the ball was also very good. The ball was, I mean, it wasn't perfect, but the attempted ball was good actually. Sergio Gomez, one touch, he just almost put it to perfection. Okay, it wasn't the most perfect ball, but he almost dropped it on a penny there, Sergio Gomez. So Sergio Gomez instantly showing what he can do. Mistake by Gomez, he gives the ball away, but then recovers well. Julian Alvarez. I think in yesterday's show also we were speaking about the difficulty of Pep, trying to find positions for players in the team. How do you fit Gundogan, De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, everyone in the same team? He has to play a 4-4-2 diamond, we have thought. And now, Julian Alvarez, what if he scores a hat trick in this game? And Gundogan already has three goals. Gundogan has the same amount of goals as Haaland, he has the same amount of goals as more than Kane and all of the other strikers in the league at the moment, right? How do you drop Gundogan? But Julian Alvarez is a natural striker. So I mean, there are a lot of ifs and buts for Pep to deal with. It's not at all gonna be easy. Ruben Diaz, Sergio Gomez on the ball, and I think there's some network issues. No, it has now come back. And Bernardo Silva now. Bernardo Silva is on the ball. Kyle Walker getting himself into a bit of a tangle, but he does well and he recovers. Second ball, guys. Calvin, where are you, Calvin? Calvin Phillips is smartly and intelligently doing a lot of dangly fouls. Very smart on his part. Rico is definitely cutting inside, but he's picking the spots and is knowing when to get on that outside. Barcelona are attacking down that side and wonderful from Stefan Ortega again. Excellent handling. He's very safe. I think Ortega deserves to start in the cup competitions. Is too much skill, too much talented. Okay, leave all of the talent and skills. He has such great temperament that it would almost be criminal to leave Stefan Ortega out and just start him in your FA Cup and Carabao Cups. But Bernardo Silva gets the ball forward for City. It's Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez would want to get his place back against Crystal Palace, and I think Mahrez will play. Ruben Diaz with the ball. Calvin Phillips, Kyle Walker, Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo's lost the ball right now. That is excellent reading of the game. I mean, it's interesting now. Sergio Gomez has also gone in and gone on and tucked inside. So it's just your Kyle Walker and Ruben Diaz playing there as lone centre backs, because I actually thought there was only Rico Lewis tucking in, but now you could see Sergio Gomez is also. What a ball that is from Stefan Ortega! Almost a great ball for, and Cole Palmer is in there. Cole Palmer just couldn't keep his body shape over there. He just leant back when he was kicking the ball, and he just blasted it over the bar. Cole Palmer. Barca playing out from the back again. City's plus hasn't been too much of an energy sapping one, because they know that they will need all of this energy in the league, because the league will become almost every 3 days, I think, from the next week, with the Carabao Cup also kicking in and stuff. So actually think that City know they have to conserve energy, so they're picking their moments to press, and that is exciting. That is again a good retrieval, almost a good retrieval, but Barca come out with the ball. Jordi Alba, they're attacking. Rico Lewis, Rico, just go and follow Jordi Alba. Aubameyang just slips over the ball. I mean, I don't know how the referee gave a free kick over there. That was never a free kick. I don't know. This ref is not even allowing a charity uh, match also to flow. He's just blowing his whistle too much. Cole Palmer just blasts it over a little bit. I mean, Cole Palmer has scored a lot of goals from that range, right? I remember Cole Palmer scoring goals against Club Bruce from that range, for example. So, Aubameyang scores now. That's from a set piece. Was there no offside on it? No, I don't think so. There's any offside on it. Aubameyang scores. How did we even allow that goal to happen? I do not know. Let us see the replay. Aubameyang is left unmarked over there. And can Stefan Ortega be blamed? I think so, because it's his near post. Maybe you could argue that he should be saving it. It's his near post. So that is the only argument there. But again, Aubameyang left unmarked over there. I don't know how we even left him unmarked. But it's 1-1 and it's back to all square right now. City pressing high. And that's shitty piece of distribution from their goalkeeper. And City get the ball back. Calvin Phillips has retained the ball very well in the midfield and is giving it back to Ruben Diaz. What a ball from Kyle Walker almost, but Mahrez is offside. I think Walker should have just played it a little bit more earlier. Mahrez was clearly offside there. It was almost that, like if Riyad Mahrez had a flag, he would raise it himself. He was so many yards offside over there. Cole Palmer onto the ball, and that is an excellent ball. I think it's Julian Alvarez who is there. He's put it into an area where Erling Haaland would generally be poaching, but sadly Haaland's not playing right now. That is an excellent take. Bernardo Silva, and no one's there on the follow up. But that is again very well done by Phil Foden to retrieve the ball and keep possession. And that City get a throw in. Good piece of play all over. But look at Julian Alvarez again working hard. I maybe think Julian Alvarez could start in the place of Foden. Again, Foden so much talent, but I think one Alvarez will pass more, I think, than Foden. But one thing will be sure, Alvarez can form a deadly combo with Haaland because both are strikers, both have that instinct. But Foden is a midfielder, so that instinct would not be so much obvious. Riyad Mahrez getting in very well over there, and I think that's a corner for City. No, it's a goal kick for Barca. Bernardo Silva. City looks so comfortable playing out from the back whenever Bernardo Silva plays. Sergio Gomez is doing very well over. I mean, the position Sergio Gomez is taking up is actually excellent. Tamagna is here. Hey, Tamagna, how are you doing? I think the interesting part is when Sergio Gomez has gone inside and when Sergio Gomez has actually been on the outside. It's not been constant that he's been sticking to the byline or something like that. He's been rotating between those positions. Rico Lewis has relatively been on the outside consistently. So so I actually think that there's some strict instructions that Pep has given to Sergio Gomez in order to prepare him for the games ahead, the Premier League games ahead. That's well done by Ruben Diaz. It's been physical. Yes, I'm a Man City fan. Yes. And also another thing which I found interesting was that, Rico Lewis almost occupying the DM position whenever we're playing out from the back. Interesting tactics for both our fullbacks, and kudos to Pep that he expects such young players who haven't played much to implement them. I know it's not a high stakes game or something like that, but Cole Palmer with the ball. I think Barca are almost defending with Barca playing a double pivot with Frank Cassie also there. So it's almost becoming 2v1 Cole Palmer versus a Busquets and a Frank Cassie in the midfield. So I think that's where we're struggling. That will be something Pep will look to sort out over there. No Champions League, how it feels like. I mean, it's just a matter of time. I feel that we win the Champions League, and we have won the Premier League, which is we have won four out of the last five Premier Leagues, and the Premier League is for me is the toughest competition to win. It's tougher than the Champions League. And also the thing is, in Champions League, you dominate an entire match and within 1 minute you're out. So that doesn't actually reflect the entire truth of your footballing philosophy, the entire truth of your footballing ideals and stuff like that. It's good to win the Champions League, but at the end of the day, it's a knockout competition. I would any day say a league is a true reflection of where you stand in terms of a footballing sense. The pressing from Palmer and Alvarez has really impressed me. That's again good covering from Bernardo Silva. We get the ball back. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is sort of alternating in that false nine-ish role with Julian Alvarez. There's no one in fixed positions here. It's all almost fluidic. Wonderful, but Stefan Ortega has come forward and he's picked out Bernardo Silva in the midfield, but City lose the ball in the midfield. Aubameyang and Stefan. That's wonderful defending, excellent defending from Kyle Walker. Kyle, wonderful covering, Kyle. Uh, Ghost says, I also like Man City very much. I also think Man City will win UCL in next few years. Uh, Not even next few years. It's just like City will win. It uh, I think City will win it in the next 1 or 2 years at the most. It's just coming. You can't take us out from that. And we have covered two of the most glaring factors. Why we have not been able to win the Champions League. The lack of a ruthless striker is one of them, and I think with the arrival of Haaland last year, if Haaland played, I think we could have at least gone to the final. So I think that's one big thing we have covered up there. So I think a Champions League final at least should be much more closer than in the last seasons. Again, it's in the knockout competitions. That's the thing. You can't control the variables. So I can't sit here and tell that we have Haaland, De Bruyne, this, that, we will win. No, it depends on moments. Just depends on 1, 2 moments. One mistake and you can sort of be thrown out of that competition. Chelsea deserved to go through against Real Madrid, thrown out. PSG sort of were the better team until the second leg debacle. Until the half time of second leg as well, they were very good. We were good for the entire 180 minutes and still we got out. So that's that happens in knockout games. What a ball that is! What a wonderful ball to execute, and that's an excellent take from Cole Palmer. Julian Alvarez. That ball just couldn't dip in time. So well done, Julian. Yes, coach. I know. Right now that you're the only person in the world watching this. Yes. I know. But the thing is, I enjoy doing this, so doesn't matter. One person watches, 10 people watch, 100 people watch, no one watches. Doesn't matter to me because I'm having fun doing it, and it'll be more fun if you guys come in with conversations, comments. So either way, because if I'm not enjoying it, I would not be doing it, right? Ferran Torres versus Rico Lewis. Rico. Do not dive in, Rico. Well done, Rico. Excellent. Very well done, Rico. Very well done. Rico was almost he almost did a mistake, but he then recovered. So, like Pep says, it's not about doing a mistake. It's about having the courage to go on and show up and correct it. So, Rico did very well over there. Stefan Ortega again looking to pass out from the back. His passing angles are much better. That's a good chip pass, but Barcelona player reads it. The intensity has just, evaporated from the game a bit. Ghost says, I like your dedication. Go on, man. Thank you so much, Ghost. But honestly, it's so much fun watching City play, and so that's why I do it. Sergio Gomez sticking to the byline now. Very well done, Sergio. He's nutmegged the player there. Very well done. He's shown the capacity to get out of tight situations. Sergio Gomez has shown the capacity to wriggle out of dangerous situations. And also, he's shown the defensive steel. He's shown that he has that change of pace that he can do. Bernardo, you just needed to turn with the ball a bit. So we're creating those chances. Certainly, the understanding between Mahrez, Alvarez, and Bernardo is looking exceptional. I only wish maybe Haaland played, but no, you can't expect Haaland to play 4 games in a row. It would be unfair on Alvarez, first and foremost. Ghosts, I hope one day you'll have a lot of people to talk in the live streams. I also hope so. Hope so, Ghost, that I'll have excellent conversations with people. But we generally do have excellent conversations in our daily shows. Actually, there's some wonderful discussions that go on. Luis is actually, he's playing an integral part in the build up. He's see one of the qualities of Luis is, look at the way he's keeping the ball. I actually think Luis could be a better option than Kyle Walker in the if you sort of want to play that inverted fullback setup, but defensively you can question that. That's a penalty, ref. No, or is it a foul? I thought it was a penalty. I thought Mahrez was fouled inside the box. What does the ref think? No, the ref think the foul just started on the outside, so looked like a heavy foul over there. Ghost says, okay, bye, enjoy your game. Yeah, I'll enjoy it. Hopefully, City will win. They have switched on the flashlights of the phones and they're waving. It could be a sign of encouragement in terms of in the fight against the chronic disease for which this charity match is being organized. So I think that is why people are flashing the uh, light of the phones all around the stadium. This is Mahrez range. This is surely Riyad Mahrez range. I think he'll curl it into the top corner near the far post, but let us just see. This is Mahrez range. The only thing is the distance to the ball does its job, but Sergio Gomez just couldn't get enough on it. But Gomez really looks like a confident player already. Ghost says, I'm a Barca fan, by the way. Then I'll have to actually ask you a question about Bernardo Silva. How confident were you that you were going to get Bernardo Silva? And how confident were you that Frankie de Jong would leave? So, two questions from my side. Because I've actually spoken to a few Barca fans. Everyone was like, Bernardo is coming to us and stuff like that. So, just wanted to know from you about what did you feel about this Bernardo saga? Just show him a bloody passing angle, man. Kyle Walker had nowhere to pass to. I think the spearman is Kyle Walker here, but once the ball gets to Kyle Walker, this I think, and it's half time and it's 1-1. I think both the goals were a little bit of, soft goals, I must say, though Aubameyang's finish is very good. And I can see why Chelsea want him. And our goal was also like, you could say keeper's mistake, but I would say it's the persistence and determination of Julian Alvarez to poach, and go into the box that has led to the goal. Ghost says, I think De Jong will stay and Silva will stay in Man City. Love Bernardo Silva, by the way. We love him so much. But, but the news is that Barcelona will come back again for Bernardo Silva next season. I really hope that we tie him down to a new contract, contract extension for 3 to 4 years. So, and regarding Frankie De Jong, it was interesting because the player wanted to stay but the club wanted him to leave. That's something that rarely happens. It's always the opposite. So I was more curious about Frankie De Jong, and I was curious about Frankie De Jong because if the Frankie deal had happened, Barca would come at us for Bernardo Silva with much more strength and vigor. So both of them were interrelated. So I was keeping a strong eye on what would happen to Frankie De Jong. I mean, in terms of the play, a lot of tactical observations, I would say, especially I mean, all through the match, I'm just concentrating on the positions of Rico Lewis and Sergio Gomez, along with Kyle Walker. I thought Kyle did an excellent job of playing out from the back. Kyle was the spare man. Barca were pressing him, even defensively as well. Kyle Walker was in the right position. Even the free kick, for me, the free kick which Barca scored from was due to bad organization. It was side of Ruben Diaz. Diaz looks a bit shaky. I know City fans will not accept this, but Diaz looks very shaky for me. When I say Sergio Gomez, fire, yes, when I Sergio Gomez just looks set uh, to have a long run in our first team. I think Sergio Gomez could start in the Crystal Palace game, because I mean, the more you look at the Crystal Palace game, you seem to wonder that Gomez and Cancelo could be the starting fullbacks over there, and Kyle Walker might play at centre back because you're dealing against counter attacks against Crystal Palace at the weekend, which means you need both your inverted fullbacks who can play out from a condensed midfield, out from a congested midfield, and then you will need recovery pace to keep up with Zaha because Zaha will not be playing on the flank. Zaha will be playing as striker. That's what I'm assuming, seeing the way in which City played against Liverpool. So sorry, Crystal Palace played against Liverpool. So we should not be surprised if this Walker thing is an experiment. Is an experiment for. I would not say it's an experiment as well. Walker has played at centre back in a back three, but playing in a back two is different from a back three. So I think Kyle Walker could be the next big innovation which Pep Guardiola does in terms of shifting him out to that centre back position. Football Freak says good game. He's not the same since the comeback from injuries. Yes, Football Freaks, Ruben Diaz, right? Injuries can hit uh, people so badly. You look at Virgil van Dijk as well, right? Right? Since that horrific injury in 2020, right? Virgil van Dijk was not the same. Okay, he was one of the best centre backs even after that, but before that injury in 2022, Virgil van Dijk was no striker even dared to go past Virgil van Dijk. Now after that injury in 2020, people are trying. Strikers are thinking we are having a chance. So especially for centre backs, injuries they play a big role. Even Laporte is an example, right? Laporte was immense in that 2019 season, and after that season, I don't think even Laporte did well. I think Laporte also he had an ACL, and Laporte had a horrific drop off. So I think injuries. And it's the same case with Ruben Diaz. So injuries have a part to play. Football which is the experiment he is trying. Exactly. Kyle Walker experiment, right? I do think with Crystal Palace, if we play the same defense like that we played Newcastle, I think we are absolutely going to lose. We are absolutely going to be bantered, I think. I mean, just imagine if Saint Alan Maxim can do that, what can Wilfried Zaha, who is in top form can do. So I do think we'll see Kyle Walker played centre back against Palace. Vinay says 2021 Diaz was different. Current one is just a shadow. 2021 Ruben Diaz Vinay was almost like, he was comparable to Virgil van Dijk at his prime. So I mean, people at that time were, in 2021 were almost counting VVD, and then Ruben Diaz almost close to him. So I do think injuries have a horrific effect on defenders. You look at John Stones. John Stones he has never lived up to his potential, right? You know what John Stones is capable of potentially. A lot of injuries every time he starts. I think in the 2019 campaign or 2020 campaign, I think 2019 campaign, it was John Stones played very well. He was exceptional till November. In November, he got an injury, and I think he was injured for the next 3 4 months. So injuries are a concern actually. Nathan Ake also prime example. Ake was playing so well and had a wonderful preseason, right? And by the way, guys, what do you think about that goal? Actually, should Stefan Ortega have saved it? Because it was, I know it was hit with pace, it was banged in, but it was on his near post, right? For me, looking back at it, I thought Stefan Ortega should have actually saved it. So I would like to know your views on that. Football Freak says, why isn't Stones and Diaz as why isn't he trying Stones and Diaz as centre back pairing? I think Football Freaks, there are two issues here. Uh, one is pace, with forward running through. Diaz has no pace. Ake was the one who had pace. That's why he was always playing Ake with Diaz. Now with Stones and Diaz, I think there's an element of not having pace in that defense. But yeah, still it could be fine. But the second thing is this season we are playing as vertical as Pep has played in his entire career. Almost everyone is tucking in, right from your fullbacks to midfielders. We are not using width as much, which means that you would need a Canshal. You need fullbacks who are technical and good on the ball. Walker is not the technically best option out there to play that role. So I think Pep is thinking Walker could be better suited to the centre back role. Then I can play Joao Cancelo on the right hand side. Just imagine Joao Cancelo cutting into the midfield on the right hand side. He will wreak havoc with Erling Haaland over there. He can give fun first time crosses into the box. So that is the thinking. That would mean you could play Sergio Gomez on the left hand side tucking in. So literally, doing this one experiment with Walker could free up two more positions and could induce more creativity. It could unlock the left hand side potentially. We didn't get Cucurella, but with Sergio Gomez, we could be getting something close to Cucurella here because he's someone who knows how to defend, who can play in the midfield, who's very good on the ball. So I think this experiment has ramifications. This experiment of Walker at centre back has ramifications in two, three positions on the field. It has ramifications on if Pep wants to continue playing this system or he wants to switch to a traditional 4-3-3 and things like that. Vinay says Walker's positioning and headers are concerning. He forgets his man and also misses headers. The positioning, you're right, Walker's positioning generally has been suspect, but in this game, I do think his improved. Walker's positioning has improved. See, no one has ever seen Walker play in a two, specially. So we do not know. Even for England, he plays in a three, right? Has Walker played in a two anytime? No, he hasn't. So maybe Pep has seen something in training. We do not know. So it is an experiment which no one can predict the outcome actually. What will happen to Walker playing in a two? It could turn out to be a master stroke and it could take Walker's career in another direction, or we could have more defensive shambles. Football Kid says this is the reason we needed a centre back like Guardiola or Pau Torres. Pau Torres, I mean, with Pau Torres, I thought it was always we were getting someone like a Laporte, but with Guardiola, I do agree. But Guardiola deal they say was impossible. Leipzig didn't want to sell at all, so for Guardiola, I think we have to wait till next season because reports say that I think it was Fabrizio Romano also who said that City paid almost close to 80 million pounds, for Guardiola. So I think we tried for another centre back, we tried for Guardiola, but it's just that he didn't want to come. Vinay says Stone's time is getting near. Heartbreaking, but should be sold. Vinay, this was my exact feeling before the 2019 season. Before the 2019 season, I was like, I mean, at that time in 2019, John Stones was around 25, something like that, 2 years back. And I was like, now this guy should go on and start his career. He's just been stagnated at City. He should. Newcastle was in for John Stones back then in 2019. So I thought that Stones should go, but Stones, it was almost like a Stones who reinvented himself, and that 2019 season was a comeback of Stones. And you saw Stones played a pivotal part in us winning the league, right? That season, goal line clearance and stuff like that. Stones was very good. So maybe I think, can we expect another comeback from Stones, because Stones is what, 27, 28 right now. So maybe I think Stones has that potential, but it's again injuries, injuries, and you cannot do anything. Football Critics Alvarez first two goals is against Liverpool and Barcelona. What two teams to score, right? But the only thing Alvarez will have complaints is that both of them were in Charity Shield matches. One was in Community Shield, other was in this Charity Shield. Maybe Alvarez should be called the goat of Charity Shield matches he scores. But look at the poaching ability of Alvarez there. No other player, never, never, never. Only few players make those runs in anticipation of, you know, how many of the players over there anticipate a goalkeeper making a mistake. Let me put pressure on the goalkeeper. So that one goal showed you why Julian Alvarez could be better partnering Erling Haaland. But again, how do you drop Gundogan over there? I do not know. Gundogan has scored 3 goals. He's the one who's playing that 4-4-1-1, that shadowing role of Haaland. So lot of questions, as we were discussing throughout, lot of questions for Pep to answer. Which system is the best? Which position should Walker play? Which position is the best for Cancelo? How do you play Bernardo, Gundogan and De Bruyne in the same team? Is Rodri good enough to hold on his own? So, because if Rodri is not good enough to hold on his own, that means you have to play Bernardo, and Kevin De Bruyne's spot is nailed on. Then how do you adjust a how do you adjust a Nika Gundogan over there and a Riyad Mahrez over there, for example? I do not know. Football Freak says we should go for Sven Botman. Football Coach, didn't Botman play for Newcastle against us? I think I'm pretty sure Botman was one of the defenders for Newcastle against us. So is it the same Botman that you're talking about? I don't know, but I think we have tried for Guardiola. See, one of the things for City is we do not go for cut short solutions. We go for solutions only uh, when we think they're useful, they're futuristic. So I think Guardiola was the number one name on the list, and we thought that if we don't get Guardiola this season, we will wait and we will go for him next season. Suman says, any broadcaster in India? No, Suman, there's no broadcaster in India. Football Geek says Alvarez positioning is better than Haaland. True, true. Alvarez positioning is better than Haaland. Positioning is something Haaland needs to work on actually. But you see the style of play as well. They are both two completely different center forwards. It's almost like watching Alvarez and Haaland. It almost reminds you of that combination we had, right? Steven Jovetic back under Pellegrini, Jovetic and Sergio Aguero. You almost think of Haaland as an Aguero and Jovetic as an Alvarez who's technical. So I think it will be a perfect combination. One for the positional play behind the striker, Alvarez holding up the ball, controlling the play, Haaland running through. So does the defender now come up to Alvarez or does he go with Haaland? So I'm just wondering when Pep will unleash that combination. Because I know Gundogan is playing in the same way, but Alvarez has much more poaching ability than a Gundogan. JSK says poor game. Yes, JSK, in terms of a little bit of an intensity and stuff, it's been a kind of a game that didn't live up to the hype. But then, in terms of the tactics, in terms of those things, I think Pep is trying a lot of things at the back line. For me, all through the match, I'm just looking at it, where our players are moving, which positions they're occupying, and stuff. And that has been the exciting part. The attacking wise, the quality has not just been there. Yes, they are pressing, we are pressing, but that pace and intensity in the football has not been there. And the ref has been piss poor, I must say. He has just not allowed the game to flow at all. He has just stopped the game too many times for my liking. Vinicius Cole Palmer isn't going to be the next forward, and he's a bit selfish and he has no pace to. But Vinay Cole Palmer has done well last season in a few games, right? Against Club Bruges in that FA Cup game against Winton Town and all. Right now with Cole Palmer, I mean even in pre-season as well. I just think that Cole Palmer is lacking a bit of confidence. And by the way, they say Cole Palmer is the next Riyad Mahrez, actually, not the next Phil Foden. So I think it's a thing about confidence for Cole Palmer, because Pep has indicated that Cole Palmer will be getting minutes, and each time Cole Palmer gets on the pitch, Cole Palmer is thinking, I'll have to perform, or else how will I get into the first team? So the pressure which Palmer is getting under is something else. JSK says Ortega could have saved that literally. What's with the goalkeepers in City? Exactly, JSK. That was my first reaction. Near post, Ortega could have actually saved that. Maybe you could give an excuse that it was a set piece and he just took a little bit more time to come to that side, but even that is also not an excuse. Ansu Fati is coming on for Barcelona here. So yeah, I don't know what is with goalkeepers at City. Not just goalkeepers, you can even say that with strikers. I think right against Newcastle, for example, Haaland generally one on his strong foot, left foot, he finishes it all the time. Right, he missed it and hit it straight at Pope. So I don't know what happens with goalkeepers and the saves and the shot stopping and strikers and the finishing at City. Vinay says Pep is definitely going to do with strange tactics. Hope it clicks as fast as possible. Exactly. Especially that everyone getting into the midfield thing, right? The tactics are going to be as complex as. I mean, even the players can't understand, I think. So, a bit, I think so. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a long season. It's going to be grueling season, World Cup year, and stuff like that. So, Pep really needs to Pep really needs to hope that the tactics gel fast. City get the ball back again. Referee, that's never a foul, ref. That's why I hate La Liga so much. Every time you switch on to watch a match in La Liga and then you fall asleep in the next 10 minutes because the referee is blowing his whistle 20 times in 10 minutes. Always stopping play, cutting out counter attacks. Barcelona switch it, but it was a poor, poor switch. Jordi Alba on that side. Rico Lewis with the throw. Riyad Mahrez with the ball. That is wonderful. He's passed it to Bernardo Silva. Rico Lewis again on the ball. Wonderful by Rico Lewis to pick out someone in the middle. Interesting. Now you look at the positioning of Sergio Gomez. He's just going on there and holding the width. Stefan Ortega, his passing has been absolutely spot on, but his shot stopping is the one that has come into question. That is wonderful, wonderful. Rico Lewis, run, 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 run. Is it? I'm sorry, it's Josh Wilson Esperand. I think it's not Rico Lewis, it's Josh Wilson Esperand. I have not even observed that he's come on. Let us see what are the subs that City have actually made. So that should be a goal. That is a goal. How did we not score that? What the hell? One, two, three, four pops. Haaland would have just smashed it onto the roof. What the hell? Let me just see the substitutions. That was wonderful by Julian Alvarez. Yes, so Josh Wilson has brand has come on instead of Sergio Gomez. John Stones has come on instead of Kyle Walker, and Rico Lewis has come on instead of Joao Cancelo. Sorry, Joao Cancelo has come on instead of Rico Lewis. So actually, think we are playing in a much more traditional system now. The experiment of Pep has ended, so this half should actually be very good. Wonderful distribution from Stefan Ortega. So let me just put it in perspective. The back four for City is right now it's Cancelo, Stones, Diaz, and Wilson as well. That is as traditional a back four as you will get under Pep. That is wonderful. But look at the surging run of Josh Wilson as brand. That was also good. That was careless. That was very careless from Cole Palmer. Palmer's again, in that one preseason game as well, Palmer was a bit reckless. I thought it was nerves, but even right now, Palmer has been reckless. By the way, guys, West Ham have made a 40 million pounds bid for Lucas Paqueta. That would actually be a worse feeling, losing Paqueta to West Ham. Because if he's just 40 million pounds, why don't we go in with a bit of around 45 million pounds if you're sure that we'll get him at that price? So I'd be very sad if Lucas Paqueta went to West Ham because there's an exceptional player over there and almost John Stones is almost caught in. What the hell is happening to John Stones? I thought he was one of the best uh, ball playing centre backs at City, and he is even against Newcastle. He looks shaky. Here is getting caught up in the position a bit. JSK says we need good shot stopper, but Stefan Ortega is one of the best shot stoppers out there. JSK, I don't know why he's done that. Maybe mistakes happen with the best because you just go and look at his Bundesliga record and stuff. It's just fantastic. I would like to see Josh Wilson as brand get onto the ball more and more. John Stones is looking shaky. Ake is injured. Laporte is injured. Stones is looking shaky. Now that Kyle Walker experiment looks much more logical than it actually did. Watching how John Stones is playing, how trash John Stones is actually playing. He's out of confidence, this guy, with John Stones, the thing is the more confident he is, the better he plays. That this thing with some players, their output and their ability to dominate games depends on their confidence. And John Stones is especially one of them. He relies so heavily on confidence, so his confidence is down. That's a woeful kick out from the Barcelona goalkeeper, and City have the ball. Bernardo Silva looking to dribble through everybody over there as if they didn't exist, and they get stopped by three Barcelona players. Wilson has been impressive till now. His link up play has been sharp. His decision making has been spot on. Once he's getting it's almost like you can watch the positioning of Wilson as brand and you can guess that even before he's getting the ball, he knows his body shape almost shows you that he knows where to put the ball in. So that for me is an example of what working under Pep for some amount of time does to your body shape, your positioning, everything becomes better, and we can observe Josh Wilson as brand in that this thing right now. Cole Palmer, Cole, pass it back, recycle position. JSK says Diaz is great though this season. Diaz, I mean, with Diaz is good, but with Diaz, you always compare him to that sort of 2021 season, right? 2021, that sort of a Ruben Diaz, and if you compare him to that benchmark, Ruben Diaz is almost not there yet. Otherwise, by general standards, Diaz has always been good this season. But if you're playing for City, general standards don't apply to you. You need to be special in terms of showing your commitment and all of those things. So Diaz also, I would actually say, is not at City level. Ake was at it, but that is wonderful play. Julian Alvarez coming through with the ball. Phil Foden on the ball. Josh Wilson has brand overlaps. Oh my God, it's been so long seeing a fullback overlap. Foden just use Josh. Josh is overlapped. Someone pass the ball to Josh. That's almost a great. You see the pressing of Julian Alvarez. This guy needs to start, man. This guy needs to absolutely start. The pressing has been relentless from Julian Alvarez. I'm just wondering, maybe this is the incentive to start Julian Alvarez over Gundogan, the pressing ability, the energy he brings, because that is one of the few things that tells me why Alvarez should start above Gundogan. So I think it's Pena who is the goalkeeper for Barcelona. This half has been lively. This half has been absolutely more lively. Ortega is playing very well in terms of his positioning, in terms of his passing out from the back and stuff. It's his shot stopping only that's a bit of a blemish. Riyad Mahrez has just stuck to the byline. Uh, that is well done. Little triangles to get the ball out, and Riyad Mahrez is off. I mean, he's not offside, he's off on his bike, but I don't know why they put the ball out of play. Calvin Phillips has felt something. Don't know what is it. He's holding his heart or something. So I mean, I'm sorry, he's holding his chest or something. So I don't know what is it. What is the problem with Calvin Phillips? I think it's an elbow that is rammed into the chest or something from a Barcelona player. Now I do not want. I know this is not a injury or something, but I do not want Calvin Phillips to be sidelined for this. Erling Haaland is warming up. Would be great to see a 10-15 minutes of Erling Haaland. Xavi is going to make another substitution, I think. Pepe is also speaking to Calvin Phillips. Memphis Depay is coming on. I think Eric Garcia is also coming on. And who's the other player? There's another player coming down as well. I think City also. I mean, we have made a load of subs. I understand we have made three subs, but yeah, Barca have made only one sub in the half time, so that's why they're making a load of subs. But again, it's almost like Pep has taken this Charity Shield match as a sort of his playground to put his tactics into play, because the first half was about both the fullbacks tucking in, but this half is about both the fullbacks maintaining their width. Will be interesting to see if Cancelo has the license to tuck in, but You're suddenly seeing Josh Wilson as brand overlap. I think he's overlapped already twice in this half at least. So we haven't actually seen that for a long while this season. We have not seen that in the preseason. In one of the preseason matches, Wilson has branded it. So that will be interesting because once Pep wants to actually play with that system of a fullback overlapping, then it would mean your Grealish would get the license, your Riyad Mahrez could get the license, and things like that. It could enhance their attacking output. JSK says, I'm concerned about short stopping after seeing Ortega today. But Ortega did not have guys. Actually, the electricity has gone out right now, so the stream will actually end right now. So it will go out in a few seconds. Enjoy the match, guys. I do not know when the electricity will come back again. So see you all again in an other stream. So see you all, guys.